Hi everyone. So today we're doing a little something different. We're just doing another speed build. But this speed build is actually for my other rainbow sea, which I do on my Discord channel. I'm not Discord, sorry, my Tumblr. So a lot of you who are in here, you know about it. It's Prism Pop. It's my story with my prisms, which is crazy town banana pants all the time. You guys know it. You love it. I love it too. But yeah, so I'm building a scout hall for a scene, which it's only one scene, ridiculously, and it won't even be seen much. But I figure I'll build it, and I might use it for other things later. I might actually do some gameplay and have them in the scouts. We just don't know. But I'm going through and I'm just building this thing because I needed it and I wanted something cool. And so what I did is I actually built it before and then realized I hadn't recorded and also hadn't, and my game crashed, so I've had to rebuild it. So that's why I seem to know what I'm doing this time. But yeah, so I'm building this, and while I was building it the first time, I actually messaged my friend who is in Rovers, which is like the adult version of Scouts, I guess. And I asked her what her scout hall looks like properly on the inside, so that I'd actually have some kind of realistic idea of what I was doing. Problem is, this looks really small, so I couldn't put everything in there. But I did my best to try and incorporate it, even if I had to add a lower floor, like the basement, which you will see eventually. I added a basement for, well, there's like some offices and also the Rovers hangout room, because from what I've been told, Rovers tend to they claim a room for just their chilling out room and their meetings and stuff. And so that's what she did. So here you can see I'm just laying out the downstairs area. And I can't actually remember what order I did this. I mean, I know that I did really bad initially, and I know it's smaller than the first time I did it. I don't know why it's small. I think I made the kitchen too big. But so I've got the base in there, and I'm using Peacemaker's expanded vampire pack stuff for that, and just doing some basic housekeeping on it. So a lot of you have asked me to speak about the prisms in my Let's Plays, which is fair. Even though my Let's Play is generally the spectrums, so it's not really right to talk about the prisms. So I'm going to save talking about the prisms for when I do builds like this. So, as you all know, I'm starting Generation 5. And I'm very hyped for this, actually, because I have so many ideas, but I'm finding it really hard to actually write it up. But so what's happening is my heir, Halictus, or Hal, also affectionately known as Sweatbee, he's joining the Peanut Brittle Bay Scouts, because he wants to try some new hobbies. He was recommended by his teacher that he try out some hobbies, see what he likes, and figure out, what he wants to really do. So he goes through a few hobbies before he ends up settling on Scouts, which his brother is already a part of. And it doesn't really go well, but you'll find out what I mean by that when it happens. But yeah, he just doesn't end up sticking with it, and in the end, he ends up sticking with photography when he becomes a teenager, because that's one of the recommendations for that generation is you're into photography, you're doing that sort of stuff, so he becomes a photographer. He specifically becomes a crime scene photographer after the university section of the story, which you will all see anyway. But yeah, I have lots of really lofty ideas for this generation that's coming, and I'm really trying to just get out of my comfort zone with my writing, so a lot of it is, wow, I didn't realize how lopsided those were. I'll have to fix those. I can talk about this bit. Okay, so that's circle. A lot of scout holes will have just a tape circle in the floor, but we didn't have tape circles, so I put in a carpet. And the idea of this carpet tape circle is it teaches the younger kids to stand in a circle. At least that's what my friend explained to me as to why they exist. Like it teaches the little kids to stand in a circle so they can stand at attention, and do the, I guess the OV stuff that you do at the start. And that's how they do that. And I find that's really cool, so I like incorporated it with just like a little purple rug in the floor. What was I talking about before I got sidetracked? I can't remember. Something about Halictus being Halictus. Oh right, the scout scene. So the scout scene, I'm going to have to tag with a few triggers because it's kind of bullying. But if you've read any articles in the past, God knows how long, you'll know that a lot of scouts organizations have some really heavy bullying or what's the word I'm after here? Hazing rituals for the kids when they join, and it's kind of really bad. And one of the things I try to do with this generation and that part is to try and have someone realize that what they thought would be okay was not okay, and how they deal with that situation. And so that's something that happens in this scene when it's gonna get shot, which is pretty dang soon. I'm waiting for season. Season comes out in like 7 hours for me. And then I go to school, gotta wait for all my mods to get fixed before I can actually shoot the scene. So when it comes out and I've got everything working, I might just run through the Scout's career myself so I can actually see how it goes, have him actually get some badges, or at least have his brother get badges because he's been in the Scouts before. So I put those photos down there, and you'll notice they're all the same photo. I actually went into Sims 4 Studio afterwards, and I'd actually taken a bunch of like class photos or stuff with previous scouting troops, and I've actually edited that photo and put them all there in a sepia tone, and so they're all actually different photos on the walls, which you'll see in the scene in particular. Okay, so now we're working on the downstairs area. And so this is 2 offices and the Rover Hangouts. The Rover Hangouts, the purple room, and the 2 offices are the green and blue. So the blue room in specific is like the, oh gosh, what's he called? Just the big boss guy. There is a technical term, I'm just gonna remember it. Scout leader, something. Oh geez, this is me being a bit silly and not remembering things. Do I not have my scene written down? Where is it? Oh, it's already on my Tumblr. Right, so it's like Scoutmaster, I think, is the technical term. So that the blue room is his office. The green room is the office for, like, the little kids. And the green room is the Rover Hangout room. And I was trying to find this one plant thing that I had on the wall in the original version that I did. And I just could not find it. So then I did find it, see? And so that's just, I tried to put a lot of plants and greenery and like some color bursts for like the teenagers, and they have like these fake arcade machines. And it's generally just this really cool hangout zone for the kids. And I've got these, those hanging tapestries, excuse me, by, In a Bad Romance, I think they are, on the walls there, because we needed some decoration. The blue was nice, but there weren't many paintings I wanted to put up. And that in-session thing was actually something I made custom for a therapy location that Autumn went to. And I'm just using it here to be like, yeah, we're in a meeting, or he's in the office. Oh gosh, we're running out of things to talk about, but it's okay because we've got like a minute left. So we're almost done with the build. So this is his office. It's cool, and we're almost done with the other offices. And we're now working on the rover room, so we're doing like an L shape, or like chucking in some tables. We're just decorating a little bit without over decorating. And I think I meant to put a plant in there. I don't know if I actually do that, but I know I wanted a lot of color, but also a lot of uniformity, because that's kind of scouty, I guess. They're full of kids, they're happy kids, but it's all kind of a little bit strict. And yeah, I guess this is it, I suppose. This is the scout hall for Prism Pop. Thanks for watching.